Hi, I'm Adam Smith. Welcome to my config tutorial. This tutorial is on the modeling toolbar. It is found here on the left and has 9 buttons which I'll run through now. The first button is the manual links button. It is used for creating manual details. It is also used for creating base plate details as well if you have not used an automatic connection. Button number 2 is the chamfer of ProSteel object. This will chamfer any ProSteel object that you put in front of it. The only prerequisite is that we need to select the same face, the same plane for that to work. You will also have a chamfer size down the bottom here that you can adjust. The third button down is a pipe tie end plate. This adds the half moon to the end of the pipe ties, but it may not work on all versions depending on what version you're running on. The fourth button down is a plate flat switch. This toggles between the ProSteel options between using the ability to use flats with connections and plate with connections. So when we're doing base plates where we would normally use a poly plate for a base plate, you would want to toggle this on and type in a P for poly plate. Okay, and when we're finished with that, you can type in, hit the toggle again and hit the F for flat in this option. The fifth button down is hold down bolt macro. This hold down bolt macro allows you to put cast-ins onto the bottom of your base plates. Now essentially it's going to ask you on the command line here, it'll give you a couple of prompts. Select the center point, the top of the base plate. I just snap it to the ECS, and then it's going to ask you for the X direction. Now the X direction is what direction it will put the actual U for a U-bolt. So if we had a longer direction for the hold down bolt pattern was running this way, you would want the U this way. So it is not based on the UCS. It's essentially just a directional guide where we want to put the U. In this instance, I've got 140 by 140 center, so I'm just going to run it straight through here as the direction of my X. Okay, and here's what we're talking about here. So in the direction of the X, that is the direction that it's going to put the U for the U-bolts. Like I said, in my instance here that I'm showing you, mine are symmetrical. Choose your, so I'll just quickly run through this, your base plate thickness. I am using 20 mil. My grout I usually run about 40 millimeters. My bolt style 4.6 galv, that'll be fine. Bolt diameter, I want 4 of them. Material grade 4.6 centers. Embedment maybe 450 in this example. Down here a little bit lower on the left we have projection from. I actually like to have mine projecting from the top of the base plate, and that's how much thread that we have projecting up. So you can sort of adjust how much projection that you want. Up on the top right we have nuts and washers. Boolean union with the anchor bolt, okay, is my favorite there. Otherwise it will supply the nuts loose, which makes them a little bit easy to lose from time to time. Tie bars. I like to throw in some round tie bars, but I don't want an extension. I'm going to just make my tie bars end where they weld off onto the actual threaded bar themselves. And down the bottom here we have anchor bolt with the end plates. You can put end plates down the bottom, so you can literally have 4 pieces of threaded bar with an end plate on it. We can have cogs at a nominated degree, or we can have a U-bolt, which is going to be my preferred option down here. Ask it to draw it in, and in they go. And there is the U there that I was talking about before, okay, that runs in my nominated direction, which we called the X. Pretty simple. From there it will remember the settings that I just dropped in, so you could run around and do the whole lot then. Ladder. The ladder command is it's in a development phase at the moment. Have a little bit of a play with that. It doesn't do a bad job, but like I said, it's still in the development phase. Button number 7 is a grating switch, and it actually turns the profile of grating on and off. I've had a lot of requests from people that after they put their grating in, they want to simplify the view. So I've added this switch in here, and it's just a pure toggle. You will hit this button and select what object you want to turn the grating on and off with. Button 8 and 9 are your auto connect buttons. I was having a play with that in the earlier versions, but it doesn't really lend itself well to Australian applications. So whereby the buttons are connected, we don't really use them here in Australia. Alright guys, that wraps up the tutorial on the modeling toolbar.